Yemen is a land defined by its dramatic geography and its equally turbulent history. Situated at the southwestern tip of the Arabian Peninsula, it serves as a bridge between the vast deserts of the Middle East and the deep waters of the Indian Ocean. For millennia, this location allowed ancient kingdoms to flourish through the trade of frankincense and myrrh. However, in a modern geopolitical landscape, this same geography has become a source of immense vulnerability. Yemen's position puts it at the center of global trade routes, regional power struggles, and internal environmental crises. Understanding why this specific patch of Earth is so critical requires looking at both the map and the complex social structures that have developed within its borders. Today we will talk about why Yemen's location is so dangerous. So, before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Why Yemen's location is so dangerous. The most immediate danger stemming from Yemen's location is its control over the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. This narrow channel, often called the Gate of Tears, is one of the world's most vital maritime choke points. It connects the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden and, ultimately, the Indian Ocean. Because the Suez Canal lies to its north, almost every ship traveling between Europe and Asia must pass through this 18-mile wide gap. This includes millions of barrels of oil and massive quantities of liquefied natural gas every single day. The strategic danger here is simple. If a hostile force controls the Yemeni coastline, they can effectively hold the global economy hostage by targeting commercial tankers or laying sea mines, as seen in recent maritime conflicts. Beyond the water, Yemen's northern land border creates a perpetual state of friction. Sharing a 1,100-mile border with Saudi Arabia, Yemen is viewed by the House of Saud as its backyard and a primary security concern. The rugged, porous nature of this border makes it nearly impossible to fully police, leading to issues with smuggling, unauthorized migration, and cross-border insurgencies. Because Yemen is the poorest country in the Arab world and sits right next to one of the wealthiest, the economic disparity creates a gravitational pull for conflict. Any instability in Yemen is seen as a direct threat to the internal stability of the Saudi kingdom, leading to frequent military interventions that further destabilize the region. The internal topography of Yemen is another layer of the danger. The country is dominated by the Sarawat Mountains, which reach heights of over 12,000 feet. This fortress geography has historically made Yemen the graveyard of invaders. While the mountains protect local tribes from foreign conquest, they also prevent the establishment of a strong, unified central government. These deep valleys and high peaks allow various armed factions, such as the Houthis or Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, AQP, to set up nearly impenetrable bases of operation. From these heights, groups can launch long-range missiles or drones with little warning, making the geography a natural launch pad for asymmetric warfare. Geopolitically, Yemen is the primary arena for the Iran-Saudi Arabia proxy war, because of its location on the southern flank of the oil-rich Gulf states. External powers see Yemen as a soft underbelly. For Iran, supporting factions in Yemen offers a way to project power deep into the Arabian Peninsula and threaten Saudi interests without a direct state-on-state war. For the West and its allies, keeping Yemen stable is essential to protecting the flow of global commerce. This puts the Yemeni people in the middle of a global tug-of-war where local grievances are amplified by international funding and high-tech weaponry, ensuring that peace remains elusive as long as regional tensions exist. Another overlooked danger of Yemen's location is its proximity to the Horn of Africa. Just across the water lie Djibouti, Eritrea, and Somalia. This creates a corridor of instability, where the problems of East Africa and the Middle East merge. Pirates operating out of Somalia have historically used the Yemeni coast for refueling or hiding. Similarly, refugees fleeing conflict in Ethiopia or Somalia often cross the dangerous waters into Yemen, hoping to reach the wealthier Gulf states. This constant flow of desperate people and Illicit goods across the Red Sea creates a shadow economy that benefits warlords and human traffickers, further eroding the rule of law within Yemen itself. The environmental reality of Yemen's location is perhaps its most existential threat. Yemen is situated in a highly arid zone with almost no permanent rivers. As the climate changes, the country is facing a catastrophic water crisis. Sana'a, the capital, is predicted to be one of the first major cities in the world to completely run out of usable water. This environmental pressure acts as a threat multiplier. When there is no water, tribes go to war over wells, and young men, left with no agricultural future, are more easily recruited by extremist groups. The geography doesn't just provide a place for war, it creates the very conditions of desperation that fuel it. Furthermore, the eastern deserts of Hadramaut and Al-Mara provide a massive, unpoliced vacuum. These regions are sparsely populated and share a border with Oman. Their isolation makes them a perfect sanctuary for global terrorist organizations to plan operations far from the eyes of international intelligence agencies. The danger here is that Yemen's geography offers a diversity of terrain, from urban centers to high mountains to vast deserts, that allows different types of threats to coexist simultaneously. A drone can be launched from a mountain, a pirate boat from a hidden cove, and a terror cell can train in a desert canyon, all within the same national borders. The socio-geographical makeup of the country also contributes to the danger. Yemen is divided into traditional tribal regions that have existed for centuries. The northern highlands are culturally and religiously distinct from the southern coastal areas. This north-south divide was even represented by two separate countries until 1990. Because the geography naturally separates these populations, secessionist movements are common. The constant threat of the country breaking apart leads to civil wars that invite foreign meddling, creating a cycle where the physical shape of the land dictates the political fragmentation of the people. In the contemporary era, the rise of unmanned aerial vehicles, drones, has made Yemen's location even more hazardous to its neighbors. Because Yemen sits within striking distance of the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and even international shipping lanes in the Arabian Sea, it has become a testing ground for cheap but effective drone technology. Groups within Yemen can now bypass traditional border defenses by flying over them. This democratization of air power means that a group in a remote Yemeni village can now impact global oil prices by hitting a refinery hundreds of miles away, making Yemen's geography a springboard for regional disruption. Finally, the maritime isolation of the Socotra archipelago adds a final layer of complexity. Located in the Indian Ocean, these islands are part of Yemen but are strategically coveted by foreign powers like the UAE. Socotra overlooks the main shipping routes from the Indian Ocean toward the Gulf of Aden. The struggle for control over these islands shows that even the most remote parts of Yemen are subject to the dangers of its strategic location. Every inch of Yemeni territory, from the highest peak in the north to the most distant island in the south, is viewed as a strategic asset by someone else, ensuring that the country remains a target for intervention and a center of global anxiety. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.